Full time this afternoon at St James's Park. Newcastle United 2, Burnley 0. Get in there, we've done it again. 5 clean sheets in a row. And honestly, today, I didn't think it was our best. Don't get me wrong, I don't think Newcastle played the best of our standards. But even then, not the greatest Newcastle side. Still are just destroying teams like Burnley. Now, to be fair, the opposition side today, I thought Burnley's one of the better teams we've actually beat this season. They've actually given a good go. Had a few chances, especially at the start of the game. They should have put the first one away. But in Newcastle point of view, it was a lively game. I think it was an enjoyable game. And for, I guess, our situation anyway, we've got to focus on PSG on Wednesday. So some of the players were resting today. And for an Eddie Howe performance, pretty good. I'm pleased with it. But first off for me, guys, just before we get into all the analysis, I've got a few concerns. I will bring up injuries as a big one. If you guys are new around here, make sure you get down and hit that subscribe button. We are now on the road to 50,000 subscribers. We are less than 1,000 away from 50,000. What a huge milestone that is. And secondly, if you like what you're watching, make sure you get down here, smash that like button. As for the football content awards, I'm competing to be the best video creator in the world, believe it or not. So if you guys wouldn't mind going down on my pinned comment and voting for me in the football content awards, it would mean the absolute world. I put so much, I guess, hard work, effort, money, whatever. I put so much into this channel. It's such a big deal to me. And if you guys can vote for me, it would mean the absolute world. But on top of the game, we'll start things off in Newcastle's situation, especially the injury situation. I mean, Botman was reported injured before the game. Rumoured to be out for about a month. That's a big concern. You've got to play potentially 2 Champions League games, Manchester United and the Carabao Cup, out your best centre-half. That is going to have a massive effect on Newcastle going into the next few games. Wilson was also out going into the match. I'm not entirely sure of his injury severity. To my understand, Eddie Howe's probably kept him out for the PSG game. It doesn't seem to be that bad. In the game itself, Joe Linton, don't even get me started. So Joe Linton's came off the bench. 30 seconds later, he's went off the pitch with an injury. I couldn't believe it. He chased after a ball and he pulled someone. He's like, I don't know, it hasn't got warmed up properly. I don't know if Eddie Howe's played him when he wasn't 100%. I don't know what's went on there, but someone has definitely went wrong. He shouldn't be getting injured that easily. I don't even think it was any contact. I think he's literally just got off a freak run. As for Newcastle in the game, though, we'll start things off. Well, it wasn't the greatest of starters. I mean, Burnley should have scored for the first couple of minutes. Dan Burn slips, and then Burnley get a one-on-one. Pope saves it, but to be honest, they should have buried that. They put it straight to the goalkeeper. Anywhere else at the goal, it's going in. And in a defensive point of view today, we were a bit shabby at times. I felt like Lascelles came back in for the second game in the row because of the Botman injury. I thought him and Burn, 2 players I was constantly keeping an eye on, wasn't the biggest fan of them, I had to say. But listen, it's a clean sheet again. I'm not going to complain at the end of the day. We got the 3 points today, but I was a bit concerned at times in the game. Burnley, I thought, for a team that's newly promoted, I know they are better than Luton Town and Sheffield United, despite the fact all 3 of them are still in the bottom 3. I just feel like they were too competitive. They had too many chances in that game. On another day, Miggy doesn't score his goal. All of a sudden, we could be chasing the game. It's worked in our favour this match, but I felt like they had too much in this game. Newcastle, I think, should have put them to sleep more. I would compare us to a dog. So you got a little chihuahua biting. That was us today. We should be the XL buddy. We should be nom, 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 nom. We should be, honestly, just biting, burning at the bits, but we weren't a little chihuahua. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's a terrible impression, but no, we should be destroying Burnley, in my opinion, of the way we could have been today. It was just too competitive. Newcastle created a lot in the game, I will say though. Miggy got our goal. What a goal that was by the Kieran Trippier. How many times I've got to say it? This guy is class. He is so good. One of the most consistent players I've ever seen play for Newcastle. Brilliant tackle. Just nabs the ball off Burnley. Puts up the Almiron. Great goal by him. He lines himself up. He loves that left-footed shot in the top corner from outside the box. He loves doing it. He's done it again. And for someone that, I always feel like Miggy's a guy that gets slandered quite a bit from Newcastle fans. Scored a great goal today. Great moment in the game. And despite how well Burnley started the game off, that just snuffed the life out of them. Newcastle started to control the game a lot more since that goal. Isak, of course, he scored in the second half, but I think for his standards anyway, I would argue it was in his greatest game. He had a few one-on-ones, should have scored his chance. To be fair to the goalkeeper, Trafford had a good game. I think he just put Isak off enough for him not to be able to score the rebound. And then after that, Longstaff, I thought he was great today, by the way. Brilliant ball across the goal, Eddie Anderson. Now, I feel bad for Eddie Anderson because he got robbed last season of that goal against Nottingham Forest. he couldn't have done much more. He's a dive header today. He's tried his best. I think he's done everything perfectly, but it was unbelievable saving the goalkeeper, and it's denied him yet again from scoring. I feel bad for this guy because I thought he was pretty good again today for the most part, and that could have been it there. It just didn't happen. Newcastle then continued to create a few more chances and eventually went half time. I hate slagging off the official, but the referee, what was he doing in that first half? Isak had a brilliant moment in the game. But he's got past about 3 players. The referee's bring it back because there wasn't an advantage in the play, even though Isak's clearly got possession of the ball. Didn't understand that at all. It just puzzled me quite a bit for us to actually not get a chance off that. And honestly, from Newcastle, we just we went at half time, but I didn't like the officiating, and I thought Burnley had a bit too much in the game. Second half, I've been saying that a lot this season, but I thought Newcastle probably were better in the second half. We continued to create chances straight away. Kieran Trippier took a shot outside the box, it's been blocked, it's went out for a corner, and it just started to go in our favour a bit more now. As the game progressed before we got that second goal, it was a bit nervy. I always hate a 1-0 game, especially the way we were playing. Liverpool's a good example. We were 1-0, just battling the team. All of a sudden they get that spell in the game, they just stole it from us. But eventually Anthony Gordon, he's done this a few times this season already, but the way he wins a pen, he's really good with his mind games. He runs in the box, and the last second he kind of tucks away from the defender, so when they're going for a tackle, they're always going to take the player. It's quite smart from Gordon. He's won us a hard pen, and he's someone that just gets better and better than he had a couple of chances there straight at the goalkeeper. I mean, try and get his conversion rate potentially better, but I think his actual, the way he moves the ball, the way he interacts with all our players is great. Gordon's great for his age as well. Definitely someone's going to keep growing. I've loved him so far this season. He wins as a pen. It's like steps up, never in doubt. He is always going to score that pen. Him and Wilson, honestly, they score every single pen they get. They're so composed, 2 brilliant strikers. And even on an off day, I would argue for Isak still putting the ball in the net. He's someone that's class and someone that's going to continue to be better. I feel a bit arrogant almost saying that. Listen, we're 1-2-0 today, but I kind of hoped we'd done a bit better. And it's a bit arrogant to Newcastle fan to say, because he used to, so many years ago, listen, a 2-0 win over Burnley, he used to be buzzing, he used to be drinking all night long after a win like that. But now it's just, yeah, we've done it. That's just it now. It's just such a difference in mentality. It's great to see from Newcastle, and it's great to see as well how we're actually doing. I mean, we've got games every single week. We've got games midweek now, so you're playing about 3 times in a week, and we're still picking up results every single time. I mean, you got to remember, we beat Man City, 4 days ago, and then we're beating Burnley as well. We're back here in a couple of days for PSG, and it's a lot for the teams, a lot mentally, it's a lot physically, and okay, I didn't think it was the greatest performance today, but Newcastle still deserved to beat Burnley. We still were the better team. We still created a lot of chances in the game, and once again we kept on our clean sheets. So can I honestly sit here and complain? No, I don't think I can. I thought Newcastle did a great job. Obviously I'm a bit gutted with Joe Linton, I'm a bit gutted with the injuries. It is starting to pile up. I feel like Champions League, the problem now is Botman's out from them. Who's going to play against PSG? It's going to be Shaw and Dummett, you would think. I think Shaw's always a player as well, can potentially pick up an injury, so it is going to start to get on us a bit now. Joe Linton, hopefully that's not a bad injury, hopefully he'll be fine in a couple of weeks, but you can tell already it's going to have a massive impact. Our squad depth's decent, but once the big key players are out, then we are going to struggle. And already we're seeing the unfortunate downside of being in the Champions League. More games means more opportunity for injuries, more pressure on the players. It's so much for them. It is so much, and unfortunately you are going to see a lot of players get injured or suspended this season. We've got to be able to handle it. I think so far we have, but we're only 7 games into the season now. I think we won 4 and lost 3, so it's still a long way to go. We need to try and compete everywhere though. Obviously Carabao Cup's a big one. I think if you get knock Manchester City and United out, you probably fancies to win the bloody thing, and it's been so many years, so that's pretty much one of my main focus. Of course the Champions League, I'd love to see us get out of the group stage in the Champions League. If not, 3rd, we'll go in the Europa League, as long as we don't finish 4th, which I honestly think we can do. Premier League though, that's always a bit tricky because of Newcastle's expectations, but I think any form of European football this season, which is probably around top 7, top 8 now, potentially how the structure actually is in the league, that would be good for us. But honestly, in terms of today, I thought Burnley had a bit more in the game than I would have liked. I thought Newcastle in front of goal probably should have converted their chances better. I think defensively at times we were a bit wasn't the biggest fan of it, but listen, a win's a win. For the most part I thought we were good. promising still. A lot of players standing out, and considering the fact we only played a couple of days ago, and some of the players are playing double duties, like Pope Lascelles, of course, started that game out. Big ask for them, and I thought we stood the test today. That Burnley side actually came looking to get something from the game, and they walk away with nothing, and deservedly so, because I thought Newcastle were a better team. But Burnley play like that on a weekly basis. They'll stay up. They've got no problems whatsoever. The problem is, so far this season, they just haven't done that. I feel like in the final third, especially for them, they don't take chances. A bit like us today, but unfortunately for them, we have took the chances more, and we've managed to put 2 in the way. On a different day, though, that could be different. Let's say that was a mid-table team against, I don't know, someone. Maybe a team like Crystal Palace who won it against Manchester United. We do that against them. That's the kind of team that could snap points off us. So it's important that we've got to be able to take chances when they come. But I can't complain because we won. We've done it today, but on another day that might not be the case. So we do have to work on it. We do have to work on our finishing a little bit more. But as an overall team performance, good. Not amazing, but good. I'm happy with it. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section, guys. I appreciate you watching as always. Take care. I've got a couple of big videos planned up for PSG. I'm not going to spoil them just yet, but stay tuned. We've got some huge videos over the course of the week before that PSG game. It's exciting times ahead. But appreciate your support as always, guys. You all take care now. Appreciate you watching. See you all for the vlog tomorrow as we go back for our 2-0 win over Burnley. Get in there, however, the Mags.